Gemma Open Door presents A Girl's Guide to the Islands by Suzanne Kamata, performed by Suzie Athens. The text is read at a slow pace so that emerging readers and people new to the language can follow along. 1. How can I get out of the promise that I made to my 12-year-old daughter, Lilia? A few weeks ago, I invited her to go with me to Osaka. We would take in an art exhibition. The latest works of the Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama would be on display at the National Museum of Art. The show finishes at the end of March. Kusama is famous for her polka-dotted pumpkin sculptures. I've been interested in this artist for a while. This seemed like the perfect opportunity to get to know her work better. At first, I'd been planning on going alone. Maybe I could go while my twins were at school. It occurred to me, however, that Lilia was old enough to appreciate Kusama's art. Plus, if we went together, I wouldn't have to worry about hurrying back to pick her up from school. My son would be okay left alone for a few hours. My daughter is multiply disabled. She often needs help. Of course, when I proposed this outing, Lilia was eager to go. Art, a bus trip to Osaka, polka dots, what's not to like? So, we made plans. Now Lilia is entering spring break, and the exhibit is drawing to a close. I am dreading the trip. I doubt that my daughter can keep herself entertained on the long bus ride to and from Osaka. If I go by myself, I can read, daydream, and doze. With Lilia along, I might have to chat in sign language for hours. It wouldn't be relaxing. Also, it would be tiring. Usually, going to a big city involves a lot of walking. We'd be wandering around the museum. I'd probably have to push Lilia's wheelchair up inclines. I might even have to carry her. At the thought of physical exertion, I just want to cancel everything. I'd rather stay home. But Lilia reminds me. We're going to look at paintings tomorrow, she signs. Yeah, I say. I try to think of some excuse not to go. Well, we aren't really prepared. I was planning on showing her a film I'd bought about Kusama's life and work. Afterward, I'd imagined I would discuss it with her. I've read the artist's autobiography, Infinity Net. I know that she made macaroni sculptures because she was afraid of food. She created phallic sculptures because she was afraid of sex. I know that due to mental illness, she has lived in a psychiatric hospital in Tokyo for the past 30 years or so. She credits her art with keeping her alive. If she did not paint, she says, she would kill herself. In other words, I've done a bit of research about the artist. I have
Sample complete. Ready to continue?